Hi and welcome to Outwell and to our Country Road Tall from our touring collection. This is a drive-away awning that's designed to fit onto vehicles between 240 centimetres and 290 centimetres in height. Now there are various different ways of being able to attach the drive-away awning to the vehicle, so depending on what you have set up wise on your vehicle, you should find that one of the many ways will work quite easily for you. So just to go into a little bit of detail about the tent itself, the fly sheet that we're using on here is our Outex 4000. So this is a 75 denier taffeta polyester material. We have fully taped the seams and we've PU coated the inside of it as well, giving it a hydrostatic head of 4,000 millimetres, ensuring that you can be safe in the knowledge that this tent is completely waterproof. So the frame that we use on the tent is made up of a combination of steel and Duratec fiberglass. So what you'll find is down the sides, on both sides here, we have the steel poles creating a really solid, rigid structure. And then across the top to create these arcs across the roof here, we're using our Duratec fiberglass pole. And you'll also find that on the front for the canopy here, we're also using our Duratec fiberglass pole. So these are actually a little bit stronger than standard fiberglass, and they have a protective sheath around the outside, just ensuring that if they did break, they wouldn't shatter into lots of bits, and they should actually be much stronger than standard fiberglass. So we also have our luminous guy lines all the way around the tent, so these should stop you from tripping over them quite as easily when it's a little bit darker. These come pre-attached, so you don't have to do that, that's already done for you. And you will find that each guy line has its own retainer, just like this one here. So when it comes to packing down the tent, we can wrap up the guy lines in our hands and just pop that in there so that the next time you come to use it, you don't have a big tangled mess of guy lines that you have to waste your time untangling. The tent also comes with our easy pegging system. Now this is where we supply 3 different styles of pegs. We have the solid steel anchor pegs here, which can be used on the corners of the tent, and they would go through the grey loops. We have the black plastic peg for all of the black pegging points around the side of the tent. And we have the luminous peg here for the luminous guy lines, ensuring, well, it's in the name really, the easy pegging system. It's nice and easy for you to know that you get the right peg in the right place. Some other features just to highlight then, we have a ventilation panel across this side here, and there is one on the opposite side as well. So just under here you'll see that we have a mesh panel, which we can show you from the inside as well. If it does get a little bit too chilly, all we have to do is just remove the Velcro tabs like this, and we can press down on that. You can see that closes up quite neatly and quite securely. Coming around to the front of the tent, you'll find that we have a good sized canopy on here. So this obviously protects the front door from any drizzle, but if you're lucky enough for it to be a nice hot sunny day, it also gives you a little bit of shade above your head so you can be able to sit out here on your camping furniture. So the front door itself is a double door here, so you can open this up fully, inviting the outside to the inside of your drive-away awning, or obviously you can split it as we have here. Even when it's halved like this, it's still a really good size to be able to get all of your bits and pieces in and out of the drive-away awning. Inside, there's plenty of head height. I'm quite tall at about 1.95 m, and you can see, well actually there's a lot of headroom in here. Certainly a lot of space as well, great for things like furniture or storage units and things like that as well. It feels a lot bigger as well thanks to these really large windows all around us here. So what you can see is each window has its own curtain, and we've actually just brought that halfway up at the moment. Obviously that can be rolled away completely and toggled into place, or it can be fully closed as well. At the back here is where we have the ventilation panel that I mentioned before, so that just corresponds to that outside panel that we showed you closed over at the moment. If I just come down to the ground sheet, I'll just talk you through that. This is a full zip out ground sheet. So a couple of advantages with that would be that if it's a bit wet and muddy under the ground, when you're packing down the tent, you can actually separate this from the fly sheet, keeping that nice and clean and dry. And also with it zipping in, you'll find that it is actually bathtub in style, so it's coming up at the edges, not allowing any drafts in, keeping out things like dust and dirt, and hopefully more importantly will keep out those unwanted creepy crawlies as well. The ground sheet is a good quality material. It's a double coated polyethylene rather, with a hydrostatic head of 10,000 millimetres, so of course completely waterproof. At the back here you'll also find that we have 2 doors which just give us access to our link access zone, and this is where we have the space between the vehicle and the tent itself. It gives you a good sheltered space as the top of the awning goes to the top of the vehicle, so that's sheltered, so it should stay nice and dry. You can see there's also a ground sheet in there as well, just to stop any sort of drafts coming through, and again keep you dry underfoot as well. Now we have a few optional extras available for the tent. There's an inner tent that can either be put on this side of the tent or on this side. You'll find that there's attachment points all the way throughout the tent, so whatever suits you best. There's also a carpet available for the inside of the tent, and there's also a footprint to go under the ground sheet just to give you a little bit better protection. So that's all of the features of our Country Road Tall. Thanks very much for watching.